and don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. What you say?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Cheyenne High School for tonight's girls volleyball matchup between the Horace Hawks and your Cheyenne Mustangs. I'm Tristan Murrock. Joined alongside me is Dan Wolf, as always. Wolf, it's a great night for volleyball, home opener here at Cheyenne tonight, so it should be a good one.
Always a good one. Home opener is exciting. It's homecoming week at Cheyenne. It's the crosstown rivals, the Horace Hawks. In town or in the gym to play. So it has all the makings of, a really exciting matchup, and both teams are going to be very much into it, looking to get the first part, at least of the first match of the year, to get those bragging rights of saying, yeah, we were the winners in the first time we squared off against each other.
Obviously, Cheyenne has kind of been dominant these past couple weeks, coming into this one with only 2 losses, including the one at the Bismarck crossover against, I believe it was Bismarck High, or excuse me, it was Bismarck Century, which was the number 1 seed coming in after state last year.
What a shock. Bismarck Century is ranked highly. That is a shock.
Yeah.
Or not, if you follow North Dakota volleyball.
Like I said, though, Cheyenne coming in as dominant as they were last year, in all honesty. Like I said, only 2 losses, one in a tough battle against West Fargo up north on Cheyenne, or on Veterans Boulevard, excuse me, and then that other loss to Bismarck Century. So 2 reasonable losses that you could probably see coming in the nice way.
Well, yeah, and it's a rarity when teams run the table and those sorts of things. Certainly it's important. I think every team wants to get off to that good start each year and those sorts of things. And certainly Cheyenne was able to do that thus far with the crossover, and then winning the other night at the Lights here in West Fargo in the outdoor event.
So with that, we'll take a short break and be right back after anthem and player introductions. Stick around, folks.
So shoulder pain is one of the most common things I see. When Linda came in, she complained of pain in both her shoulders.
You did all the work on the left one, and by the time I had the second one done, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Shoulder replacement, the whole point of that is really to get rid of the pain and get you back to doing normal things again.
You listened to what I wanted, and it worked out great.
We were a good team.
Yes, I think so.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family, where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's
thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life. So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them, because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
All right, folks, welcome back here once more to the Cheyenne Gymnasium as we are just getting our starters for the night. Horace Hawks are being announced right now by Mr. James Moe, our wonderful activities director who does an amazing job here at Cheyenne. You know, and like we were talking about pregame, Wolf, this is going to be a really good matchup. Horace and Cheyenne are two highly ranked teams in the state right now. Cheyenne only with 2 losses. Horace, I believe, with maybe 3 or 4. So,
and it's, you know, I've looked at that East-West every year, and you know how teams did, and I think my sense is, at least like from Coach Newton, you're going there, you want to play well, but you also want to give some kids some chances. You're trying to figure out maybe some rotations, some groupings, some pairings that you think are going to go really well, and those types of things. So you're always trying to do well, but I don't know that's always, you know, a team that sweeps through out there. You can never quite bank on that. It's really that grind week in, week out of the EDC schedule, and when you know you have the West Fargos and the Davies and the Horaces and Shanleys and all the other teams to play, that's where you really find out what your team is made of. And it strikes me again, you know, this is still a youngish Mustang team. This is a team that only has 3 seniors on the roster, and that's kind of been the norm the last few years. So probably not shocking if in the very beginning of the season maybe you're looking for some teams or some players to kind of define who they're going to be and the role that they want to play and those sorts of things.
Yeah, most definitely, as we're about set for game time here. Starting a little later than expected as the JV game went all 3 sets.
It's a good crowd. It's as we mentioned before, it's homecoming week, so there's a good crowd from both schools here for the student attendance, and that's always great to see. And you know, because it is the crosstown rivals, good parent and fan turnout as well. So it'll be a great opportunity to see what these teams have and if they're ready to put forth their best effort. I know for Horace, Jordan Christofferson is battling an injury, and so I don't think she's available tonight. That maybe hinders the Hawks in terms of what they want to do. Maybe not as at full strength the way they would like to be, but you know, no one's going to feel sorry for you. Everybody's got to play, and so you go out and do the best you can.
Coulter will start out the serving for tonight and get us started here on a Thursday night at Cheyenne High School as Metcalf with an early kill.
Yeah, Cora drops the hammer there. Really well set up by Amundsen on that one. And Cora wastes no time exerting her making her presence felt by the Hawks.
Bratton will now serve for the Mustangs with an ace.
Ace for Bratton. It's probably the kind of start Coach Newton was hoping for and the Mustang fans are hoping for, as we still have about half the gym standing here as the Hawks fans are waiting for them to get on the board.
This one's received by Horace, sent back. Stinger will set this one over at Saxland, just a bump there. It's up, blocked in front. That'll be a Horace point courtesy of Schumacher.
Saxon got a piece of it at the net, but too much pace from Schumacher, and that one gets through. And Horace on the board for the first time this evening.
So Asplund will now serve for Horace. So this one sent in back and just drops in there for Posel.
Great placement by Posel, getting it deep in that corner, and a little confusion. Cheyenne, no one knew if they were responsible or if that was one that you want to let go and hope that it ends up out of bounds, but not the case.
Richmond sets over to Saxlin with a floater and
great
just
touch. Great touch by Peyton. She saw it and saw the commit by the blockers up front for Horace and saw that little soft area just over the net and drops it in.
Baylor Dinger will now serve for the Mustangs here. That one set back and unable to receive is Metcalf, as I believe Heiser will get her first point on the night. Suda coming in to serve. Richmond sets this one over for Bryant with some power. Intercepted and sent way long there by number 4, Kendall Mueller. Zommenson will come in for Metcalf and start serving here for Cheyenne.
Great serve.
Amundsen will an ace.
Handcuffed the libero there. Just couldn't quite get it. And so Asplund had trouble with it. Ends up as a point for the Mustangs in this opening set.
Amundsen just barely gets that one over the net. This one's going to be sent and intercepted by Broughton there. She takes a touch. Blocked in front and sent back, and that one's going to be sent out.
Great reaction there by the blockers up front for Cheyenne, keeping that alive. And then Horace unable to keep it in play.
So 6-3 so far. Amundsen continues to serve here as this one is sent down by Posel.
You know, that is one thing we're going to see this year, Tristan, is, you know, Cheyenne lost some height from last year. Baylor Blado and some of those players up front. You've got Riley Bryant at 6 foot, and obviously Cora Metcalf at 6'3", 6'4", but beyond that, they're not as tall as they have been in previous years.
Amundsen sets this one over Bryant just outside. You know, and that's something we've seen in recent years too, Wolf, is Riley Bryant's power. You know, when she gets a hold of one, she gets a hold of one hard, and you better watch out because
that's kind of the signature setup for her there too. That quick hit, that quick kill opportunity, and she just sends that one wide.
Sadie Kill comes on to serve now. She gets an ace.
McKenna Coulter had trouble handling that one.
So 8-5 Mustang lead here in set number 1. So Amundsen will set this over to Bratton, and she gets one down.
Great job by Bratton. Good set by Amundsen. Right in Bratton's wheelhouse. Too much for Horace to handle. And Cheyenne opens up that 9-5 lead here in the opening set. Good serve. Dug out well there by Asplund.
Kept
Really
alive.
good serve.
Asplund sends this one over. Amundsen set to Broughton with a tip. Almost gets one down there and blocked in front by Bryant.
Yeah, Bryant and Brindley Richmond right there in the spot. Another good serve.
Asplund sends this one over. Kill intercepts. Amundsen set to Richmond. Can't get one home there. Amundsen with a quick set back. Good rally here. Broughton just can't get a handle on that one, and it'll be 10-6 Mustang lead.
Yeah, maybe they're Broughton trying to do a little more with it than needed to be. Just looking to extend the rally on that one rather than try to force Horace into an unforced error there.
Broughton just outside. Posel will continue to serve here after the last rally as well.
It is impressive to see Broughton's vertical there at only 5'8". She really gets up. And we see Brindley Richmond with the kill on that one. But Broughton really gets up well for being only 5'8". And playing a front line spot there as an outside hitter.
Mattern will come in to serve. This one set over, touch to the backfield, and that one will drop there for, I believe it was Harper Coulter. Heiser will come in to serve now. Amundsen kept alive, and that's going to take a unlucky bounce there and drop down to 11-9 Mustang lead here in set number 1. Kill's pass is just a little long, and that one's long as well, coming off the hand of Schumacher.
Yeah, kind of wasn't able to gather herself and took the big swing and sends it long.
So Metcalf comes back in for Amundsen, and Richmond back to serve. Her first time serving tonight, I believe.
Yep, I think so.
As Kill kept it alive, took an unlucky bounce in the ceiling.
Dinger was looking to try and track it down, but just too unpredictable what's going to happen once it gets up in the rafters there.
Kind of keeping it around that 2-point lead for the Mustangs here. As Richmond sets this one all the way over to Metcalf, and Metcalf's
that was
is
really
blocked.
Really well done by Horace at the net. It was Cora just, unable to send it over high enough, and the blockers for Horace right at the net able to send that one down, and an opportunity here for Coulter to tie things up for Horace.
Richmond sets this one over. That's long for Metcalf, as we're now tied at 12 apiece. Coulter will continue to serve here. Dinger sends this one over. Kept alive by Horace, blocked in front. Still kept alive. Set back to Metcalf with the drop, and kept alive there by Asplund, and that'll be a Mustang point on 4 hits. Saxland will come in for Kill. Bratton back to serve. Richmond with a quick set, kept alive there by Asplin. And that one is sent down and connects for Mueller.
Really good job by Kendall Mueller on that short angle. That's a tough angle. One, to keep the ball in play, but two, it's really difficult. That's an area that no one's going to be home on most of the time. They're not expecting anything there. So that was really well done. And a good serve there as it kind of eats up, gets on top of Saxon a little quicker than what she was hoping on Asplin's serve there. And I believe this is Horace's first lead of the match.
Richmond sets this one up for Saxon, and that's going to drop for the Mustangs on 4 hits. Dinger keeps this one alive. The hard spike back. Richmond sets back to Metcalf. Still can't get it to drop. Richmond all the way over to Saxon, just long. As Horace will keep that 1-point lead here. That one's blocked up front by Bryan and Metcalf.
That might have been net block there. But regardless, we're knotted back up with Amundsen to serve.
Quick set over, Amundsen intercepts. Over to Saxon, dropped down a ways, but kept alive. Broughton with the last-ditch effort, kind of sends one into the net there. As Bryant with the tip there. A lot of Horace fans want the tip off, but
yeah, they're calling for it. Officials did not see it that way. So we're tied once again with Addie Killon to serve.
Just long.
Good decision or daring decision there as Pozel's on to serve. That was incredibly close to that end line.
Amundsen.
Like I said, Broughton at only 5'8", she has some hops. She gets up there and drops the hammer.
So Liv Mattern will come on to serve now for the Mustangs here. Once again, now they got 17 apiece here in the first set, and Mattern almost collected an ace there.
Good job by Horace digging it out of the rafters as the rally continues.
Amundsen set over to Broughton, and she gets one home.
Nice cross-court look. Too much for Asplin to handle. Again, that's a great option when you have it, that ability to go cross-court like that. just an area that a defense is not really prepared for.
Mattern with a great serve there. As Amundsen sets this one over to Broughton with another kill.
Olivia Broughton came to play tonight for the Mustangs. As Coach Plank's going to take a timeout here. So we'll do the same with the Mustangs leading Horace 19-17 in set one. Be right back, folks.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us because it's always good to check in.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives.
All right, folks, welcome back here as Mattern starts off the serving after the timeout, and the Hawks come on with a point there coming off of Harper Coulter, I believe.
This opening set continues to go back and forth. Each team grabbing a little momentum and the other team rising to the occasion.
As Richmond not able to get that one up.
Yeah, not a great set there from Amundsen, as now it's knotted up. Heiser continuing to serve for the Hawks.
Heiser just
miss hit there. As the Mustang student section lets the Hawk fans know what they thought of that one.
This one set back, a little miscommunication there on the Hawk side from what it seemed, and Metcalf not able to get that one down. Metcalf with another attempt, too hot to handle.
Good power there just off the block. And Cheyenne with an opportunity. I don't know that any team's had more than a 2-point lead. It's been that tight back and forth. But here's an opportunity for Richmond to open up a 3-point lead for the Mustangs here in the later stages of the opening set.
So we got some sweater.
Water or something on the floor.
So Richmond with a pretty good serve there. So this one gets sent over, kill handles. Richmond sets this one over, and that one gets down there for Ellie Christensen. That one's just long there for Mueller. Richmond with another good serve there as
Coach White's going to take that second time out, down 4 points here in the opening set. Cheyenne closing in on a first set victory here. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back as we have a timeout.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life. So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them, because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
One thing that
All right, folks, welcome back. Here, 23-19, first set lead for the Mustangs. 4-point gap here, and Richmond with an ace.
Yeah, Coulter was unhappy with herself. She saw she needed to move up on that and was caught flat-footed, and so set point here for Cheyenne to get the opening set of tonight's matchup.
Richmond, another good serve there. As she'll set this over to Broughton. Broughton collects. And that'll be set number 1 as the Mustangs take the first set, 25-19 set score. Wolf, you think it's what they wanted?
Well, I think it's been very entertaining thus far. Horace matching Cheyenne in intensity, and no one really broke away until that last little run on the service game from Brindley Richmond. But neither team got more than a 2-point lead, and the other team found a way to answer. Now the question is, if you're Horace, did you expend a lot of energy, and can you hang in for the second one? Or you got to find a way to kind of put that first set behind you. Yeah, you probably gave away some shots, some opportunities that you thought you could take advantage of, but you can't change what's happened. I would think if you're Coach Newton, you're just talking, hey, we're executing the way we want to. Let's just keep going for our setups. Let's make sure we get the looks that we want and make them do more than us to beat us.
Most definitely. So 25-19 is your set score for set number 1. Mustangs take it. We'll take a short break and be right back for set number 2.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
So shoulder pain is one of the most common things I see. When Linda came in, she complained of pain in both her shoulders.
You did all the work on the left one, and by the time I had the second one done, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Shoulder replacement, the whole point of that is really to get rid of the pain and get you back to doing normal things again.
You listened to what I wanted, and it worked out great.
We were a good team.
Yes, I think so.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
All right, folks, welcome back here.
Quick update on some action around the EDC in the state tonight. In the EDC, West Fargo is up on Shanley 2-0. That's the only EDC score we have in other than the broadcast we're doing. Century leads St. Mary's 1-0. And Minot North leads Minot 1-0. We'll continue to update Bismarck over Legacy 1-0. We'll keep you updated on scores as we have those for you tonight.
So once again, Cheyenne takes set 1, 25-19 was the set score. But like we talked about in pregame, Wolf, this could be anyone's game tonight, as these are two highly ranked teams, both in the EDC and the state.
They are, and I think this is a pretty crucial game, a set for Horace. Probably not a super hot take on that, but you played really well, hung with Cheyenne in the first set. Can you match that intensity? Can you keep it going without finding yourself down 2-0 and really having a big hole to dig out of?
Richmond sets this one over, and just long there for Christensen. As the Hawks take a lead here in set number 2. get the opening point.
And I think it'll be interesting, Tristan, as this night goes on, you know, how much of the Mustang bench we're going to see. Are we still in that period where Coach Newton's trying to get some people some looks and still trying to figure out some combinations, or is she going to ride with that main group that we saw in the first set to try and get them in with a victory tonight?
Bratton with the kill.
Again, Bratton very good on that cross court, on that short corner.
And Wolf, just something to notice here quick. I believe Newton's out of her chair for the first time tonight.
Okay.
Right now, so maybe slight adjustment there as that one's long for the Hawks.
I'm sure Coach Newton wants to be sure she gives her squad an opportunity to take that 2-0 lead and really have a golden opportunity to slam the door on Horace. Great serve by Broughton as that one gets in unasked when she can't handle it cleanly. And just like that, the Mustangs are up 3-2 after trailing 2-0 to open set number 2.
Asplin handles that one, and that one's sent into the netting there by Kendall Mueller.
I think Asplin and Mueller kind of got tied up close to each other, and that impacted Mueller's ability to go up and get that one over. There's a little miscommunication by the Hawks here.
So Richmond sets this one up for Christensen there and kept alive on the Horace side. Richmond sets to Metcalf this time, and that one's blocked up front there.
Wow, really great block up
by
front
Mueller.
by Mueller, yes. Mueller at 5'10", giving up a lot of height to Cora Metcalf, but in the right place at the right time. And a chance for Horace to pull back even in set number 2.
As Dinger gets handcuffed there. Coulter's serve intercepted by Dinger, set up for Saxland.
Wow.
And kept alive there by the Hawks. Sent back across as Richmond sets to Saxland once more, and a drop.
That was great effort by Evenson for the Hawks there, going into the stands to keep that alive. But unfortunately for Horace, it wasn't enough as Cheyenne's going to get that point, but still tremendous effort by Boston Evenson on that one.
This one set up, Broughton intercepted.
Good
Could have
job
been
by,
long.
Yeah, Dinger tracked that one down. I think it might have been long, but.
Bryant sets for Saxland, and Saxland's is blocked.
Great reaction by Dinger to keep that alive, and the rally continues.
As Mueller just barely able to get one over, and we're knotted at 5.
Clipped the top of the net, just crawled over, and nothing Cheyenne could do about that.
Mueller will drop back to serve now. Richmond sets to Bryant. Intercepted by Mueller, sent over by Coulter, kept alive by the Mustang, and Saxland just sends that one long. As that one's long on the serve there by Mueller. Good eyes by Broughton and Dinger. As Badeau will now come on to serve. One of the 3 seniors this year. Wolf, as you mentioned, from the Cheyenne squad.
Yeah, Just her and Metcalf and Addie Kill are the only seniors on this Cheyenne roster.
Badeau sets to Bryant, unable to get one down. This one's going to be able to get down for Richmond. Too hot to handle on the Hawks side.
Great effort by Coulter diving for that, but just couldn't keep it going.
As Badeau will continue to serve here, 7-6. Kind of that 1 point differential going both ways right now. As Coulter sends this one over. Badeau sets over to Saxlin. And another one that's just too hot to handle.
Yeah, Harper Coulter just couldn't. She got a handout and just couldn't keep it alive. As the Cheyenne lead is up to 2 now. Again, similar to that opening set, Tristan, it's kind of back and forth. No one jumping out too far.
Asplund intercepts Badeau's serve as this one sent over there by Posel as Bryant caught more net than hand, I think, there. She was just a little late on the spike. Posel will now start to serve for the Hawks. Set back to Saxlin and just too hot there.
Yeah, great pace, great set for Saxlin.
I believe it was Shook on the other side. Sadie Kill comes back on to serve. That one kept alive. Coulter sends one over. Badeau all the way over to Broughton as she sends one home.
Broughton and Saxlin done a really nice job on outside as an outside hitter here tonight. As has Metcalf. That might be a strength. You know, Baylor Blado done such a nice job in the middle as a blocker and a hitter. But so far tonight, we've seen the strength of Cheyenne to be on the outside.
Kill intercepts this one. Badeau sets to Bryant.
That's the first time I think Bryant's gotten that one. That quick set to her where she slams it down up the middle. And Cheyenne jumped out to now a 4-point lead. And this is kind of dangerous. If you're Coach Plank, you don't want to let them get up by too much and kind of run away with this set.
Kill with a good serve there. Set over, kept alive by Badeau. Set over and a running spike there from Kendall Mueller.
Yeah, from the back row, really nicely done.
As Heiser will come back on to serve now. Down by 3 here in set number 2. Badeau sets to Bryant, and that one's going to be out.
That was a really tough angle for Badeau to get that one. Keep that for a decent set, and unfortunately Bryant couldn't convert. That was really well done.
Badeau sets over to Broughton, kept alive by Dinger.
Great block up run. I think that was Nora Schumacher for the Hawks. Rose up, and that's the first time I think all evening that Broughton has been blocked on that side. So Horace fighting back here in this second set.
Badeau sets one over to Richmond. Kept alive on the Horace side as Mueller sends this one over. Back to Bryant with a little tip there. This one's a quick set, and Asplund keeps it alive. Bryant with another quick set there. And that'll be a 4-hit there for Horace. as Christensen will come back on, as well as Mattern. Mattern to serve. Kept alive there by Asplin. Badeau sets over to Broughton, and she gets a kill. Badeau keeps this one alive. This one's over to Broughton, and just long there as the Hawks climb back to within 2. Like you said, Wolf, kind of sticking around that 1-2 point range. No one's really, blowing anyone out of the water.
Cheyenne got that 4-point lead, but Horace done a nice job of reeling that back in and sticking with this. This one kind of has the makings of that first set where it, went down to about 20 apiece before Cheyenne was able to pull away.
Suda sends this one into the net here, and
those are the ones that you just can't afford. Make sure that everything is over as best you can. I know you're looking for aces and tough to handle serves, but those really hurt you. Oh, no lift on that.
Broughton now. It's going to be handled. Asplin.
No, that's
yeah.
Looked like
I thought that was 5 there, but
Horace had a chance for a second, it looked like. And Coach Flank's going to take a timeout as Horace finds themselves down by 4 again. So halfway through set number 2, Mustangs lead 15-11. We'll be right back.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screening.
All right, folks, welcome back here. Cheyenne Gymnasium here for the home opener and homecoming game for Cheyenne Volleyball, as Brindley Richmond will get us kicked off after the Horace timeout, and that one, great dig there by Kill.
Oh, good
Broughton
touch and
kept
nice
alive. Metcalf just with some power.
Some good defense by both squads, but eventually Cora Metcalf able to drop the hammer and just send it up the line. Too much for Horace to handle.
This one set back, blocked in front there by Christensen and Broughton.
This is where that first set turned, Tristan, was with Richmond serving in this group on the floor. That's where they stretched it out and eventually pulled away and won set number 1. And it's kind of working out that way here again. As Cheyenne going on a nice little run here with Richmond serving.
There's another block there by Christensen and Metcalf.
And the lead's now, I think it should be 7. 18-11.
Richmond still back to serve here. This one blocked in front again by Christensen.
Nice job by Ellie there as the Cheyenne bench celebrates.
Christensen with 3 blocks in the span of a minute there, I believe.
And this is a group that you've got Kill out there and you've got Metcalf, and the rest are sophomores. For Cheyenne, as they keep this alive.
Richmond back to Metcalf.
Handled well.
Asplin sets this one back. It's Richmond over to Broughton now. Kept alive by Horace. It's going to be a good rally here as it's still alive. Broughton sends them home.
Well, I think Horace thought they got away with one there. I think it was Dinger and Kill kind of both going for that to keep that alive, but somehow ends up with Richmond and a great set.
This one set over, and
that's
going to be out.
Again, this run all happening on Richmond's serve, just like it did in that first set. Now a 10-point lead. Horace going to have to find a way to somehow steal a point. Well, there Richmond helped them out. Horace going to have to dig deep here. Can't get it all back at once, but you don't have a lot of margin for error being down 21-12.
Asplund back to serve here, set number 2. Mustangs lead the set so far 1-0. As Broughton over to Metcalf, and that one
tried to paint the line and just wide. Thought you saw an opening up the line, and it was indeed close.
As Richmond sets this one back to Metcalf. As Mueller gets this one over. Dinger, quick set. Kept alive by Asplund there on the opposite side. Back to Metcalf, and she
that's in. Right
brings
on
the hammer
line.
down.
Four kills now for Cora Metcalf tonight. Broughton leading the Mustangs with 7. She's serving right now.
This one is a kill there for Schumacher.
Nice job. Just too much pace for the Cheyenne blockers to handle.
As Harper Coulter will be back to serve here. 22-14 Mustang lead in set 2. Saxland gets a kill.
That's the 6th kill for Peyton Saxland. So again, those outside hitters, Metcalf, Saxland, Broughton, really doing their job tonight.
As that block's tipped out, so I believe it was Coulter on the main there. As Mueller's back to serve now. Bryant gets a kill down.
Set point here with the Mustangs up 9, 24-15.
Badeau back.
We're going to look for Badeau to finish it out.
And she gets an ace on it. So Badeau will lead us into set number 3 as the Mustangs take set 2, 25-15 this time. As Wolf you think that set was unexpected here?
Well, we talked about, Horace had played so well the first set and really hung in there, and we said, could they sustain that? And they did for about half of the second set, and then things just kind of snowballed on them, that serving run that Richmond went on, and then it just got away from them. And now you find yourself in a big hole against a good team, down 2-0. It's going to be some introduction here, I think, or it's the homecoming court. So there's an opportunity for hopefully Horace to kind of settle things down and get things under control.
Yeah, so with that, we'll take a short break. Mustangs take set 2, 25-15. We'll take a short break and be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good.
All right, folks, welcome back here for set number 3 as the Mustangs have a 2-0 lead. And we are about set for set number 3.
The homecoming court up collecting money, it looks like. I think a little foolishly optimistic with the 5-gallon buckets, but
as
I hear some change in the bucket.
Yeah. Hear a couple pennies, couple nickels there as homecoming king Drake Nostrom, one of our very own, up here collecting some cash. Not quite sure what his white lie t-shirt says.
Yeah, I'm not sure as we look to open set 3 here with the Mustangs up 2-0.
As Jenner aggressively
runs
wanting money now. As not quite sure what we're waiting on here. I think our student section needs to get back.
Yeah, I think that's...
I think Bradley Boyas probably telling him that right now. And I believe that's what we were waiting on.
All right, I think everybody's in position here.
As Mueller gets it started off here. Metcalf.
Wow.
Barely.
Somehow.
I couldn't even tell you what just happened.
That ball stayed under the net for a long time on the Horace side, and suddenly it shot over, and Dinger couldn't handle it, and it's a point for Horace. So the officials were there. They saw it. I'm sure they know, but it was really hard to tell from our vantage point what took place, and there's a great kill.
For Mueller.
Yeah, nice job.
Oh, excuse me.
It was Shook.
Shook.
Shook, and she's fired up. Kind of that same play that they do for Bryant, that up the middle, and Shook with authority dropped the hammer on that one.
As Cheyenne Bench says that one would have been long. Metcalf with the block, kept alive. Richmond sends this one all the way over for Bratton. Drop shot there, kept alive on the Hawks side. there by Heiser as this one gets down for Mueller.
Hot start for Horace here. See if they can maintain this momentum and put Cheyenne in a hole. Make them think about some things here. I wouldn't say Cheyenne's come out overconfident, but they are up 2-0. Horace is proving that they're not going to go quietly here.
Block in front there, another one for Christensen.
She's timed it up well tonight. Done really well tonight by Ellie Christensen.
Broad serve is over, and that's just on the corner. There, great kill there,
Great
I
job
believe, by Coulter.
Yeah, McKenna Coulter just right deep in that corner.
So
very well done.
4-1 Hawks lead, their biggest lead of the night, if you will. As Saxlands is intercepted by Mueller there, and Richmond quick set over, no one's
well
there.
Done. Quick set just found that soft spot in the defense. No one home. Disguised it really well. And then last second just flicked it over the net. Horace couldn't react, and so Baylor Dinger now on to serve.
Pretty low serve there, pretty good one. At that as this one sent over to Saxland with the kill. As Dinger will continue to serve Mustangs back to within one. And you know, Wolf, that's what you said, is if the Hawks can keep the lead or not.
Yeah.
As Mueller sends this one over. Set over to Bryant, and Bryant was
that's wide.
A little wide with that one.
Yeah, I mean, Horace is fighting. And they've maintained a lead, but Cheyenne's dug into it a little bit here.
Richmond sets this one back for Metcalf, kept alive by the Hawks.
Metcalf just keeps swatting it back.
As Posel will get this one over Richmond, set over to Bryant, and Bryant with a low screamer there, kept alive. Bryant with another
nice
one and
job.
down.
Not so much a kill, but great direction there by Riley Bryant. Good recognition of where the defense wasn't for Horace. We've seen some really nice rallies tonight from both teams. And it just looks, when it looks like it's going to continue on, somebody finds a way to snatch the point for themselves. I think that one might have been wide. Amundsen takes it.
Richmond's going to handle it for her.
Cross court.
As it's knotted back at 5 here. So back to 0-0, square one here. As we're on to set number 3. Mustangs with the first 2 sets. First one was 25-19, second one 25-15. As Mueller sends this one with a mid-range shot there. Amundsen set to Bryant, blocked in front. I believe Dinger kept the one alive, but not going to be contested there by the Mustangs. As Suda will come in to serve now for the Hawks. Hawks back up to 6. This one, Mueller's shot's blocked. As Amundsen set this one over to Saxland, and hers is tipped pretty light. Dinger to Saxland with a mid-range shot. Intercepted. Mueller just outside. And the Mustangs back up to 6 as well.
Another nice rally from both teams. One thing I've noticed, Tristan, a little bit of, again, that newness and some new players. I've seen Richmond and Riley Bryant get tangled up a couple times, moving around at the net, trying to be in position for the blocks, but they found a way to overcome. Great job there, but that's going to go. Oh, it hits the line. It clips the line, and all right, it's overruled. Overruled. Boy, the entire Horace coaching staff and bench were shocked. Coach Newton just with her hands on her hips, not going to fight that, but ruled out and then overruled, or I'm sorry, ruled in and then overruled.
So Posel with an ace there puts the Hawks up by 2 now, 8-6. As Amundsen will get one over to Bratton, excuse me. Amundsen over to Bratton once more, and she can get this one down as that one's deflected out there on the Hawks side, and Christensen and Mattern will come back in. Mattern back to serve. Mattern with a great serve there as that one's blocked in front there by Christensen and Richmond.
Mattern just a freshman, only freshman on the varsity roster here for the Mustangs, showing why. Played libero in the JV match, but she sends that one long. As back and forth we go.
And you know, Wolf, like you mentioned, Mattern just a freshman, as the Cheyenne student section was letting Horace know that one pretty well. Amundsen set back to Richmond as she collects a kill. So 9-9 Richmond's third kill on the night, or maybe in the set, excuse me. I don't know how our, on the night, yep. As that one's crossed over, Metcalf with the set and just couldn't get enough on it.
Yeah, awkward angle. It was on the left side of her body, trying to use that right arm, right hand, and just couldn't get anything on it to get it over the net.
As the boyfriend names keep chanting here in Cheyenne, and that one is going to get down for the Mustangs. So 10-10, we're tied in set number 3 here, as not quite sure what was going on there. This one set, tip, kept alive. As Metcalf gets this one over. And Mueller from the backfield once more. Good rally here. This one's outside.
Well, they're going to say it was tipped. So that is a point for Horace. It was indeed long, but they're going to say it was tipped by a Mustang at the net. And there's an ace.
That one's an ace right there. 12-10. Hawks lead. Saxland.
Huge wind up for Saxland on that one. She was not going to be denied with that. She tallies her 7th kill of the evening. Great hands from Colby Kerner down on the baseline. Not only a photographer, not only a golfer, but great hands to boot.
Dinger serving for the Mustangs. That one's tipped out on the attempted block from both Bryant and Saxland. As it is now 13-11 Hawks lead.
Well, Tristan, we've gotten our answer. Both teams have pretty much stayed with that core rotation here. Both coaches seeing as this is a valuable night that don't want to mess too much with the success that they've had on the floor. And so they've stayed with these main rotations as Metcalf and Bryant were right up front there for that block.
Amundsen back to serve. Down by 1 here in set number 3. 2-set lead, and that one's going to drop there from mid-range for Mueller.
Really nicely done by Mueller. Broughton just kind of flat-footed there, didn't know what to do. So Horace still with plenty of fight here, even though they're down 2-0. Trying to see if they can find a way to dig out a set here.
Olivia Suda will be back to serve, and that one's long and wide. As Kill will be in to serve, subbing out Saxland. Sent over by Mueller. As Dinger with a quick set over, almost catches him. Amundsen over to Broughton. Kept alive, and Bryan with a quick set.
Step forward, saw that open spot.
So 14-14. Now tied once more. Amundsen over to Broughton, and she collects a kill. Kill with a good serve there. Mueller back over. Dinger kept alive. Back to Richmond, and Broughton with a drop shot collects.
Ankle lift there, yeah. Good touch by Broughton. Puts it in a spot that Horace couldn't handle, and the only way out was a lift. So Cheyenne has clawed back and taken a 2-point lead here in set number 3.
This one's out there, a little miscommunication, maybe a little bit too hot to handle on the intercepted pass there, you know. Kill sends one straight into the net there. 17-15 now, Mustang lead. As it'll be a, I believe, Posel serving. As could have been long and wide there, I think, but.
Yeah.
Posel now, good read
that was
by
close.
Kill and Dinger.
Really close. As Mattern on to serve again for the Mustangs with a 2-point lead in set 3. Good drop on that. Really well done.
There's an ace there for Mattern. It's Mattern with another ace there.
2 in a row. Just paced too much for Horace to handle. 3-point lead. Coach Plank not going to call timeout yet.
So 20-16, Mustang lead here, set number 3, 2-0. Mustangs lead those as well. As that's going to be a Cheyenne point on.
And there's the timeout.
There's the timeout.
So 21-16, Cheyenne leads. Third set, up 2-0. We'll be right back in just a moment. Stick around.
All right.
Oh, sorry, Tristan. Update on some scores around the state. Mandan leads Williston 1-0. Century beats St. Mary's tonight 3-1. West Fargo sweeps Shanley 3-0. Legacy and Bismarck 1-1. Minot and Minot North 1-1. Jamestown leads Dickinson 1-0. And obviously Cheyenne up 2-0 here. And a 5-point lead looking to close out this last set.
Broughton gets this one over. Here's set up. Kept alive by Kill there. Broughton too hot to handle.
Touched. At the net. And Cheyenne closing in on the sweep here.
So that one's over to Mueller, and that one's outside.
Again, Liv Matter looking to serve it out and serves one wide. Keeps Horace in this one, but their backs are definitely up against the wall.
Broughton with the mid-range shot. Heiser kept it alive. Over to Mueller. Over to Broughton with the drop shot. Kept alive there. As Amundsen sets one over to Broughton, and that one is kept alive. And just a little too early there, I believe, on Christensen.
Yeah, mistimed the jump there for the kill.
So 23-18 now. As Amundsen sets this one over to Broughton, kept alive there. Kill keeps it alive, and no one can really handle that one as it was into the netting and down. 23-19 game here.
Horace 1 point at a time, getting back into this. Still a ways to go.
Amundsen sets over to Broughton. Thought it was going to be kept alive for a moment there, but it ended up going into the stands there as we now have match point here for the Mustangs. As Brindley Richmond on to finish it out possibly. Kill sets one over to Broughton. Blocked in front by Broughton there. This one's set back to Mueller. Mueller with the drop shot kept alive by Richmond. Gets over to the other side. Richmond sets over to Broughton and still kept alive. Great rally here. And Christensen's going to finish him out. So the Mustangs come into the first home game of the season and sweep the Horace Hawks, crosstown rivals, as sets go 25-19, 25-15, 25-19. And a great game here. Wolf kind of as expected.
Yeah, it was really well done. Both teams fought hard. It looks like we knew Horace was down a player tonight, but it looked like at least tonight maybe Cheyenne had a little more in the gas tank. They executed a little bit better. I think what surprised me for Cheyenne, we knew the players we would expect to see contribute tonight. Peyton Saxland, Cora Metcalf, Olivia Broughton, those were the ones we were expecting. Really nice surprise, Liv Mattern played a role. Brindley Richmond with her serving tonight and helping out with some kills. Ellie Christensen. So really nice job, even though they still skew a little bit younger with only 3 seniors on the roster. This is obviously a Cheyenne team that has a lot of talent and has some players, even though they might be young, that the stage is not too big for them, at least early on this year. Of course, it's an early, it's just the beginning of this season. This season runs until nearly Thanksgiving, so there's a long way to go, but certainly that East-West crossover, the Landon's Light outdoor game the other night, a nice job tonight. Cheyenne has to like what they're doing so far early this season.
Yeah, like you said, still a lot more season to go. Next week, 2 home games for the Mustangs. Moorhead's the first one, and I want to say West Fargo is the second one. We'll be streaming both of those right here on Mustang Media. For our next stream, that is going to be the homecoming game tomorrow night here at the football field
against Bismarck
Century.
Yeah.
So should be an interesting game. I haven't heard very much about Bismarck Century this year.
No, not a lot for me either.
Grand Forks Red River, is the second game next week. Next week, Thursday at 7 o'clock here right at Cheyenne High School. So with that about wraps it up. Anything to add on, Wolf?
No, entertaining match as it always is when these two teams get together. Cheyenne gets the better of them this time, but as we said, long season, long way to go. We're just getting started with the volleyball season.
So with that, thanks for joining us tonight. For everyone up here in the crew, I'm Tristan Maroc.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Good night, folks.
Don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. What you say?